Do you know what time it is?
Oh no. Is that why I have a stomach ache?
It might be.
It might be. Hey, Crunchy, how you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing actually super. I feel like Wonder Woman, and I'll tell everybody why in a few moments. But, what's going on with you? You were at South by.
I
What was
was.
what was
It
that like?
it was awesome. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening, which right now I'm wearing my Tater shirt
Taters.
because Tay Allen is actually doing a free show right now with free hummus, which is amazing because that stuff's expensive and I could eat it 24/7. And I
Oh yeah.
really wish I could be
Oh,
there because there are gay dancers,
I've
but
got
I'm
my
here.
I got my hummus right here.
Perfect. But no, that was a lot of fun. She had a thing earlier in the week where she bought everyone tacos and then she sat in bubble gum. And I think there are pictures of Stacy trying to pull the bubble gum off of her shorts. And then that was at the Kung Fu Saloon. And there was a very, very competitive skee ball challenge between Jury Fax and Charles with victory dances and everything, which was hilarious. They
Awesome.
put me on the Night Attack show, which was extremely unplanned. They didn't ask me to be on the show till they were setting up until I just got there.
I was watching what was on the live stream, but that stream. I'm so grateful for everybody who worked their asses off to try to help get the regular audience. I mean, we were so lucky to have people sitting their cameras up and doing that. But the setup there, what was against everyone, the fact that the band and the stage was behind the sun, in front of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
It was made it so difficult to see, and it also made, I'm sure it caused video rendering or streaming to slow down and lag, and so like you couldn't really hear anything. It was,
Definitely, but if you go back and watch
yes,
Nick
it came out.
Price and everyone's version, it's out now and it looks good.
I was really busy last night and I missed it, but I that's when we're done with this, after I edit and post, very next thing I'm going to do
Then
is
you can
watch.
you'll actually be able to see that tattoo.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I saw that. Obviously, since Gato Wagon and Neshcom were there, I was like, oh, I might as well watch it later. I might as well watch their version. So, but
Much better.
I
Much
did
better.
I did leave it on through the whole show, but like I said, it was really hard to even figure out what was going on half the time. But
Definitely, even like the band playing and everything sounded terrible. But
yeah,
no, it's way better now. So,
thank you.
guys, we're gonna be playing this game throughout the entire show. We
Yeah,
need a buzzword right now, preferably something fairly common that people say.
yeah,
Any suggestions would be great. Otherwise, probably just like yes or no. No is a good one.
yeah. So like a word that if we say it, like you can play along at home, you take a drink. If we say it throughout the show, and you can remind us in chat that we've said it. Uh, well, okay, we're
Nobody
not gonna
says
go with buzz
buzz.
because we're never gonna say it. Although we just said it.
But if we ever say the buzzword, then
Oh,
we have to take a drink.
ooh,
But
what?
there's a little twist on this because
I like
Jackie
like.
is doing this thing.
Yes, I am. As I mentioned in the last episode, I we did. By the way, I realized we've been playing these games and we never say who's won, but I definitely lost last time because I lost it. We were playing a drinking game, Never Have I Ever, with Stacy, the wonderful Stacy. She was so much fun. She
She was
should be
fun.
our co-host. Um, and I was taking shots straight from Jameson, and that was like 34, and I had to excuse myself for part of the podcast, and I've never had to do that during a show. So I have decided that I am going to stop drinking. I'm one, stop drinking, but also the main thing is I want to get really healthy. So like I'm not eating any meat. I'll eat some fish. I'll eat a lot of fish actually. And no sugar, no salt, no flour, no fat. All the boring stuff. And I'm only drinking water and tea. So I can't take a shot of alcohol, but I didn't bring the box with me. But I did make some really yucky tea. It's dandelion tea. I don't know if anybody's ever had it, but it's extremely bitter and it's supposed to help with your digestive system. So like I'm trying to like detox and just get healthy. So it's really disgusting. But Krunchy said it was okay. It's okay. It's okay, right?
It's fine. That's still
Okay.
gross. Which word are we picking? The
I would
options
rather
that
be
we have
drinking
so far
I would
are
rather-
what,
Oh,
like,
okay.
but, or which is a How I Met Your Mother reference. So
I like because then I won't drink as much.
I'll still be up there. That's fine.
Okay.
So the word is like.
Oh, and actually, no, this is really good. Either like or but or I like that because I want to stop saying that, online. Like online. So it was just okay because we haven't officially started. So as soon as we set the word, then we've started, right?
Right. And the word is like. We've set the word.
Okay.
So starting now.
Now. Okay. All right. Awesome.
But that diet thing actually sounds really miserable. So if you're keeping up with it, good on you.
I've done it many times before, and particularly when I want to go months or long periods without drinking, I feel like I just got to go all in. I just got to really get healthy and then go nuts drinking. So all right, so other stuff that's been happening this week. I wonder if anybody in chat knows what March 14th was. Just let us know. I said, oh no, I said it. Krunchy, do you know what March 14th was?
March 14th was Steak and Blowjob Day.
It was. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this, but Steak and Blowjob Day is a thing. Friday. Yeah, I was waiting. Condigo finally said it. I figured people would say that. But it's also...
And Einstein's birthday. It was everything day, really.
Yeah. And this is a weird thing. Like, it's set up so that to give, like, for women to thank their men for the terrible... It's on the 14th because it's 1 month away from Valentine's Day. And so since men apparently have to suffer through Valentine's Day, they get Steak and Blowjob Day, where their girlfriend does that for them, or boyfriend, whatever it might be. And
the girlfriend...
Well, I and the God, this is so hard to like. Oh, like that's
also, by all means, keep saying it. That's a good idea.
Shut. Okay. So it's just hard to focus on talking when I have to worry about the words. So the idea is that they do that for the guy and thanks for it, but also they get away with it because if you go to the website and take a look at it, they're also raising money or awareness for breast cancer. So it's kind of like, I don't know. What do you think, Krunchy?
There was a website.
Oh yeah, it's in the show notes, and I posted it in chat. But
well, what do I think of it? I think blowjobs are awesome, actually.
Okay.
I am all in favor of this holiday. I mean, I go half-ass because if you want a steak, you got to get that on your own. I'm not going to buy steak. That's expensive, and I do not condone that.
I'll cook the steak if you buy it. But
I don't cook either, so that's the other problem.
I've in the last 4 years or so, I've really tried to learn cooking, and I actually have this subscription to this website called America's Test Kitchen, and they have these, like, they teach you how to do everything. But all my life growing up, I always said I am never like my mom. Oh, fuck.
I'm thirsty. Like,
you're lucky. I'd rather have a beer or something. My mom would always try to teach me how to cook, and I would say, fuck that. I'm never going to learn how to cook. I'm going to let, my husband cook. I'm not going to do that because I'm a woman. And, she was telling me I was being silly. And then after, living as an adult alone for a while, you kind of realize, yeah, you might need to learn how to cook.
I don't.
Okay.
I've always been kind of busy, so I have time for like lean cuisine, like microwave meals.
That's actually, I love those because although I'd rather eat something made or cooked, they're so great because also you can kind of count, you know exactly what you're getting, or at least you think they have some kind of obligation to tell you what's in it. And so for that, it's better than going to a restaurant or fast food where you really don't know how they prepared it or how much butter they put in something, or that kind of thing. So yeah, so anybody here in chat happen to celebrate? We're lucky enough to celebrate blowjob and steak.
They all sound like they've been pretty lonely from what I'm seeing.
My bio count says my next BJ is scheduled for August. Jeez.
Be spontaneous. Be spontaneous, and you can get it before that. So some woman proposed with the steak.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. There was a news story. I was going to put it in the show last week, but we didn't get around to it. But on February 29th, Leap Day is an Irish tradition where women are supposed to be allowed to propose to their man of choice. And of course, I think that's absolutely fucking silly. And there was a story, it was not really important, but there was a woman at a restaurant, and she got a steak and onion rings, and she put the engagement ring in the onion rings or something.
It had grilled into it the words "Will you marry me?" Like, grilled into it.
I think it's kind of stupid that there would be this kind of tradition, but I think if it's a tradition, it's probably gone on for a long time where women wouldn't dare do that or propose. But I actually was going to get married back in 2008, and my fiance at the time and I chose Leap Day because we didn't want the obligation of having to remember to celebrate our anniversary every year. And so if we had gotten married in 2008, this would have been our second anniversary. So anyways, he and I joked about that on that day, but that was pretty nice. But we didn't get married, so we didn't have to worry about it. But
womp womp.
Yeah, who cares? All right, so before we get into anything else, why don't we talk about our sponsors?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, we don't have sponsors yet.
So we're just gonna let you go with it.
Yeah, we're gonna sponsor ourselves, and so please, if you're listening right now, please follow us on Twitter. It would help us manage getting information out, and we would have told you on March 14th that it was Steak and Blowjob Day, and maybe you would have gotten one. So hey, we're promising you steak and blowjobs if you follow us on Twitter. Also, please subscribe to us on iTunes, and you can do that by going to bit.ly/thattimeofthemonth in all caps and go there.
We can't promise them steak and blowjobs.
Yeah, we can.
Are you handing this out?
Oh. No. Okay. So, and Krunchy, you've got this nice project on the side that you've been doing called Crunch Files. What's up with that?
I started a blog because I like to tell my stories, and sometimes I like writing too. So it's crunchfiles.weebly.com. But it definitely has all the dick pics, the unsolicited dick pics of my tattoo.
Oh yes, the one mentioned during the Night Attack show. So, and we talked about it on our last episode. Should we move on to the news?
We should.
I told you that bitch crazy.
A woman in Florida was extremely drunk and drove her car through a Waffle House. The cops actually came to get her right then because apparently a Waffle House in Florida is the main spot to look for really weird crime-related things to happen. So they caught her right away. Do you have anything to say about that one?
But she didn't have any pants on.
So, yeah, no pants. No pants.
No pants waffles.
Who needs pants at Waffle House?
Right. I don't think that would have gotten her in trouble. I think it was just crashing a car through the Waffle House.
They're trying to turn Waffle House into a drive-through thing. Is what will do it. The next one I love because this is so me. I would do this in a second if I ever made the mistake of having a child. A woman was caught with she put her kid in her carry-on bag on the airplane, and they caught it when the kid was crawling out of the suitcase. And that is so 100% me, because I am the cheapest motherfucker on the planet. When I went to Dragon Con this past year, I accidentally booked Frontier Airlines, not knowing why they were so cheap, because they charge you extra for seats. They charge you extra for carry-on bags. And so I actually wore all my clothes at once and then just threw all the rest of the stuff I needed in a purse. So I think that is like 100% me. There's another story about a woman that stabbed her dog to death to avoid the vet fees of putting it to sleep, which that one's not funny, but these little cheap people, they are so me, and it makes me really happy that I'm not the worst one. Okay, and the last one that I have a story about, okay, when I first found this story, it didn't actually have any information on the person in question, but I put it down in our show doc going, that had to be a woman, because women drivers.
Yeah, well,
It had to be a woman. A few days later, it's a woman. And what happened is the cops pulled her over because she had a 15-foot tree stuck to the front of her car. She was pushing this tree along in front of her car. Her airbags were deployed and everything. And apparently she was too drunk to notice that she ran straight into a tree, hard enough to knock it out of the ground and deploy her airbags. And Jackie is sharing the picture because the picture is what really makes it. And it's a giant tree on the front of somebody's car, and they're just driving along the road with it.
How do you think you can drive like that and not get caught? How do you expect not to get caught? Come on,
Was that Florida? I think that was Illinois, wasn't it?
That was Illinois. Thank you very much. It was in California or Florida this time. Yeah, great. So, the next story we have here is given to us by our good friend DJM. Thank you, DJM. The story is called "Naked Woman Dances Atop a Big Rig for 2 Hours, Causes Major Traffic Jam." And what's funny about this story, if you read it, is that the police are saying that this like, I think the very last thing is I was shocked. It was kind of saddening, he said. As time went on, it was less funny and more saddening. And I guess the police said somewhere in here that, like, this is not something to be making fun of. This is not funny. This woman needs to be hospitalized. But it's pretty funny. So apparently what happened was the woman was in 2 like hit and runs, and then drove her car down the interstate and parked it somewhere off the side of the road, got out and walked out took off her clothes, walked out and got into traffic. And then there was a pile up, cars crashed because there's a naked lady right in front of you walking down the road. And so it caused big delays, traffic delays. And she walked up to a semi truck, got up on the hood of the truck and started dancing. And apparently she was up there for 2 hours before they could get her down. And the other funny part about the story is they said they tried to get her by using a ladder. They tried to even lasso.
They had to get her down in a cherry picker.
And they tried to lasso her. They got me a naked one.
So she just climbed up on the bumper, up onto the hood, up onto the top. What would you be thinking if you were the person driving that semi and the naked woman starts rubbing the front of her all against your windshield to climb up to the top?
Tondiko said, "Send Wonder Woman." Absolutely. Well, see, what I don't understand is if she was able to climb up, couldn't somebody else, like in their right mind, also be able to climb up? But maybe not. Maybe that's the thing, is that she got up to where they wouldn't think they. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So that's crazy. I think.
That's a thing. That is a thing.
I told you that bitch crazy. I mean, that's a good one. So thank you, DJM. That was perfect for our segment. So some crazy women out there. This one you have to see it to find it funny. A woman is arrested for making a license plate in the state of New York and using that to drive around in. So here you see it. This woman had to be out of her mind to think that nobody would, I don't know, that she could just drive right by. And I think she'd be better off with nothing, or better off with, like, you know, one of those like fake or those temporary license that you get when you like buy a new car and you're waiting or something. You could fake one of those pretty easily. It's just thick paper and black
It would
ink.
look a lot better than that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, couldn't she just get it printed out at like a print shop? Or, I mean, and the cardboard is all smashed. Okay, so I thought it was cute.
No, speaking of you saying that you thought it was cute, I so thought you were going to pick that story about the 2-year-old calling 911 to help her get dressed. There's one of those too, and I thought you were going to pick it just because we have like the exact opposites, where you're always like, I thought that was cute. I thought that was cute. I had to say it. That is such a woman thing.
Oh, well, let's talk about that one. Yeah, I'll put it in chat too so people can follow along. There was this girl. She calls 911 and says she has an emergency. She can't get her pants on.
Greenville County 911. Hello, Greenville County 911.
They got the 911 call. The policewoman went to the kid's house, and she just helped the girl put her pants on. And she said, "Oh, it was so cute, and I kind of love doing, you know, helping out kids. So it was a nice little touch to my day." No mention of the parents. Where were the fucking parents?
I don't know. I read that and I'm like, God, that's annoying. Kids are stupid.
She wanted me to help do her shoes, and then she wanted me to hug her and hold her, and I just kept saying it made my day. It was just the highlight of my day because she was so sweet and so outgoing.
All right, I think that's good enough for the crazy women this week. Should we move on to our game?
Yes.
Okay, now there's going to be laughter and tears. I think there's going to be a lot of tears. So why don't you explain the game, because you came up with the idea.
It is called Two Truths and a Lie. A lot of people know it already.
Okay.
But we will say 3 things about ourselves or about something we've done, and 2 of them are true, and 1 is a big fat lie. The other person has to guess which one is the lie, and the person who gets the least amount correct loses.
Loser. Do you want to go?
Do I want to go first? Sure, I'll go first.
All right.
Okay, I'll start with my boring one. So no tears or laughter in this one, probably. Probably. So apparently 19 was a busy age for me. So I will say my first one is I bought a house, my first house, when I was 19. 2,
Damn.
I lost my virginity when I was 19. And 3, I started drinking when I was 19. Alcohol, clearly.
I don't. I think I might know this, because for some reason I think you got your first house at 19. For some reason, 2 years ago in chat, I think I'm going to go with that. I think that's the truth.
There are 2 truths, 1 lie. One of them's a lie. 2 of them are true.
Truths.
Yeah.
I have 2 lies and 1 truth.
It's crazy how that's the name, right? 2 truths and a lie.
I have 2 lies, 1 truth. Oh.
Okay, well, we'll just go with that then for yours.
Yeah, we'll do it the other way. Shit.
Yeah.
As long as you guess the right one, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just to vote. Or I'm supposed to. Okay. Oh, so there's another one that's true. So it was
Which one is the lie?
And what was the other one?
Drinking.
Drinking.
Alcohol.
Drinking. I'll say drink. No. Yeah, drinking.
Yeah, I started that when I was 21.
Okay.
I was a late bloomer.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you started drinking. So I got 1 right.
Yes.
See,
You win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Okay, 1. While giving a presentation at a workshop, I farted while I was mic'd up.
Okay.
Um,
Not
2.
unbelievable.
2. I plagiarized a paper once in college, in grad school, I should say, which sounds worse. Once I attended a staff meeting, not realizing I was exposing my nipple for the first 15 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and rule that one out just because I don't know, it would be the most interesting, but I'm gonna go rule it out just because farting on microphone is not unbelievable. Plagiarizing a paper, who hasn't, honestly? Although there are a lot of people in here, a lot of people in this group are smarter than other people. I'm not one of them, but just in general. So they might not have needed to.
You're smarter than I.
I'll go ahead with the plagiarizing one.
Bam! No, yeah, that was it. But I have to say it was by accident. I was doing a paper that took 2 semesters, and I cut and pasted something from a book review to help with the historiography, and I meant to kind of take it and argue back at what they were saying and rephrase it, and I never did. And then by the time I finished the paper, I forgot where it was, and then I realized I had plagiarized. But the professor didn't say anything, and he would have known, but I don't know. I got by with it, and I felt like shit. So, but other than that, yeah. So I guess I guess that was one to be a good pat on the back for Jackie. Isn't she great? Because she didn't mean to. Yeah, sorry. I feel like that one was stupid. So
no, I kind of did the same thing, and let's be honest about it. I bought a house when I was 19 and didn't lose my virginity till I was 19. Those are both really impressive, right?
That is. You're right. Okay, you're right. Okay, go for the next one.
So now we're moving on. We just did I was just on the Night Attack episode showing my new ridiculous tattoo, and I will fully admit to having plenty. So we're moving on to tattoos. Number 1.
Awesome.
I have Jackie's initials tattooed on my ass. 2. I have the power symbol like that you see on computers and stuff tattooed on my pubic mound, my vagina. And 3, my foot says I want you, which is a homage to Savage Garden. Which is totally cool, right?
See, this is really tricky because there's just no endless amount of tattoos that you would get, and those all
I know, right?
They all sound cool except the Jackie Hearn tattoo, which again, I think I know this because I think you might have mentioned that.
I can do a different one. I can throw another one in there. I have plenty of tattoos, ideas for tattoos and tattoos that I already have.
True. That's true. I should have said that because I'm picking the one that's false.
Yes.
I'm gonna say the foot one.
No, I have that.
Oh, okay.
I have a foot that says I want you. There is that song by Savage Garden called I Want You that everyone knows as the Chicken Cherry Cola song.
That was a little bit more complex, so I thought that wouldn't be the one. And I thought Pussy Power was pretty cool.
No, I love him. Pussy Power is cool. That was an idea, but I don't want to the power symbol is actually right there on my arm.
Oh my gosh. But you still have it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see.
Not on my vagina.
One, while visiting South Beach in Miami with my then at the time boyfriend, we were refused service at not just one, but count them 4 different restaurants and bars. All at the same night.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Oh, wait. No, you're right. I should continue on. Oh, yeah, ask questions. Sure.
Why were you refused service? Just too drunk? Or?
Well, see, like, that would, like, that, I would,
if it's a lie,
sure, yeah.
Whatever.
Sure, it was for any reason. It was for any reason.
Okay.
And then once I had diarrhea while sitting on the white carpet floor of a place I was house sitting. I tried to clean it up, but I couldn't. So I moved furniture to cover the stain. And then finally, I've gone into my garbage to retrieve food that I didn't mean to throw away and ate it. even though I cleaned the cat litter out after throwing the food away.
Blech. That's gross. Just purely because, no, I'm gonna go with the first one is a lie. Wait, no, I have to pick the one that's truth, don't I?
That's true. So it's
Shit.
diarrhea and the stain on the carpet, kicked out of bars, or garbage, eating garbage.
I'm still gonna go with the first one. First one's true.
It is true. Damn it. Yeah, I thought it was so simple that. And then when you asked me to answer questions, and the question
That's where the
it was
truth
both
came out.
It was both bars and restaurants. We were not drunk, but he was a psychopath, and so everybody, like, that wasn't the only place we went wine tasting or whatever in California. We were refused service because his face, the way he looks, he just would look drunk, and people wouldn't believe that he wasn't drunk. But also he kept like trying to make out, because this is right after we first met, and like we got kicked out of a pretty nice high-end restaurant there, which would be so embarrassing. Like some major chef owned the place because they didn't want that in their restaurant. And it was terrible. It was just the most embarrassing like experience. And
I've gotten cut off at a bar before when I was learning to walk again because they said since I couldn't walk, I was clearly drunk. So I understand, like, if your face looks like you're drunk, like that's fucking annoying. I understand that.
Yeah, it was really annoying. I actually got really mad at one waitress because she wouldn't serve him, because I was like trying to tell her, like, he hasn't had anything to drink all day. Would you please just serve us? There's no other place open right now in this area. And she's like, no, we have the right to refuse anybody for any reason. So just get out of here. I was like, God. And I've never been refused on my own anywhere, but it was just while I was with this psychopath. He was a psychopath. But Tanda Gosa said, please don't let it be the diarrhea. It wasn't, but this did happen to my brother. So
if he can't clean it, just cover it up.
He did. He moved a table a couple like inches, and it was his girlfriend's, his now wife's house. He was house sitting, and they were gone. And they make you take your shoes off and everything because of their white carpet.
She forgave him. That's cute.
I don't know that they ever found out.
In a weird sort of way.
Last I heard, she never found out. So,
awkward.
That's like such a George Costanza type thing to do. But anyways, all right. So, and no, there was no relation about the garbage. I just searched really hard for one, and so I was trying to throw you. All right, your go.
Okay, this is a good one. I'm moving on to, I have my relationships category. So number one.
Sorry, DJ M said, and they lived happily, crappily ever after.
Crappily. Oh, that's a crappy start to a relationship. The crap puns they're just going to keep flowing.
And it just turned into a crap story for this podcast. So
I once dated a guy whose source of income was being a carny and stealing money from his grandmother's purse. 2,
please let it be that one, please.
I once had a male stripper that ended up stalking me after our VIP room experience. And 3, I once got broken up with because I am, quote unquote, too predictable. Keep in mind, you're looking for the lie.
Gosh, we need the Jeopardy music playing. I guess I'm leaning towards, it's calling me to say the last one, that you're too unpredictable, because too predictable, right? Because I don't think you are. I wouldn't say that about your personality as much as I know you, but I haven't dated you, so. So yeah, that's the lie. Oh, which one is true? Right.
No, which one's a lie?
Which one's a lie? That one's a lie.
Okay. That one's actually true. I think that was a turning point in my life. That's when I need to change.
It's the carny. It's the carny.
The one that's a lie? The one that's a lie is actually the stripper, which is half
Oh,
true.
it's true. Okay,
So after our VIP room experience, he found and added me on Facebook. Well, does that count as stalking?
That's pretty creepy. I think that's pretty creepy to follow somebody that.
Oh yeah, it's creepy. Okay, well, we had this conversation. The strip club was like an hour away from where I lived, and I lived in, like, I graduated from a 300-person town that nobody's ever heard of. And it came up in conversation that apparently the stripper graduated from the same town, and he could like tell me exactly where it was at and everything. He wasn't just making it up. And so then ever since that, he was like hooked for some reason. Like, he tried inviting me back to his hotel. Apparently he lived in a hotel. I don't ask questions. And he found me on Facebook and added me. If that counts as stalking, then I had just cheated and I made all of them truth. And I will finish this drink.
No, that's okay. But that's fine.
Okay.
That's the one that you determined to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
No actual stalking, like no showing up at my house or anything like that. Like nothing super crazy.
So you've won because you've guessed all of my. Well, no, I've got one more. That's right. But so tell me about the Carney thing. Like I've got to know more.
He was really hot.
Okay.
And
he made his.
We only dated for like 2 weeks, which he ended up breaking up with me because he didn't feel like I supported his gang association, because he also swore that he was in the Bloods. And there are 300 people in this town. There is not a gang. Like, everyone would be dead, because that's like, kill 300 people is like the initiation process. Like, there were no gangs, but he swore he was in the Crips, and I was like, okay. And he didn't feel like I was supporting him and his gang, so he broke up with me. He was absolutely crazy. I have no explanation for it. He like swore he was a vampire, and if we took the dragon statues from his room, they were gonna come alive and eat us. And he like told a girl he was a vampire, and she didn't believe him, so he flew over the moon at midnight, and then she believed him. I can't even give a good excuse for myself. He was hot. That's it.
I've known some crazy people, like guys that.
But did you date them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're good. He was really hot.
I guess I've been through a phase of like kind of subconsciously being like drawn to insanity. So maybe I was insane at the time myself. That's really up for debate. If I'm not still insane, but yeah.
He was really hot, and he wouldn't break up with me for not having sex with him, because I didn't do that at the time. And it's endearing. Go kill people in your gang all you want. Whatever.
That's nice. That's nice. Sounds like a good guy.
Super sweet.
Where is he now?
I think he's like a raver now. He went from goth to like raver. Felicia help me out here, because he just had a wedding like in the woods or something, right? And they were like dressed in like fucking crazy like grass skirts. What the fuck happened? We just looked this up not that long ago out of curiosity.
Oh Jesus.
If she responds, she'll let us know. But I don't can confirm he was hot. I don't know where he is now. He's apparently married, and I think he has like 2 or 3 kids, and he's like a raver and wears glow sticks and stuff all the time.
Nice. All right, so my last one, I guess. All right, number 1. One time I started to have sex and then realized I was still wearing a tampon. Number 2. I once captured TCP IP packets in my home network to read conversations that my boyfriend was having online. And
wait, what? Say that one again.
Basically, I stalked my boyfriend. I was reading taking packets from my network, the router, so that I could read the text of what was going through my network, so I could see what my boyfriend was saying online.
Okay.
And finally, I was trapped in a cabin in the mountains with a psychopath. Which one is true?
We just played Never Have I Ever, and I know there is definitely question. I can't remember if we even used it or not, though. There's definitely one about if you've had sex with a tampon still in. I can't even remember if we used the question, let alone your answer. But you seem, and especially considering we were just talking about insanity and how you probably had your own insanity and mental issues, I'm going to go with the stalker one. Because, I mean, that's a girl thing, too. Like, that's just women in general, right?
Stalker? The checking the network to read
Yes.
conversation?
Yes.
Awesome. I finally got one past you. No, I was trapped in a cabin in the mountains with a psychopath. The same psychopath I was in Miami Beach with that got us kicked out of everything. So that was good though. But the home network thing, that happened to me. My boyfriend did that to me and didn't tell me he was reading my conversations online until like 4 months later. Needless to say, we're not together anymore, and that caused a lot of trust.
That's a plus.
Yeah, a lot of trust issues. Well, I don't know. He talked about getting married again, like over Christmas, and I'm like, that happened. But anyways, the tampon thing, no, because but I thought it sounded good, and I think it came up because I kind of vaguely remembered our game last week, and so I thought, hey, it's something that could, like sometimes, if you're drunk enough, like you're not thinking, it could happen.
Yeah.
It's like a fear.
Guilty?
So yeah. DJ M says I've had girls ask me how to do that. I know how to do it now, but I didn't at the time. That was 2008 or 2009. Yeah, networking is more of a guy thing. Oh, hey, I can do it. Like, I got all the facts straight, say it right. And but I wouldn't do that. I would only do that if I thought somebody was like using my network, like if somebody got on, hacked in, and was like on it, But I would kick them off the network. Yeah, finally, I kind of wanted something to. Ugh. Okay. Oh, now it's cold. It's cold. It's cold. Nasty.
Maybe I didn't want that afterwards. After all,
and I realized I do have water. All right, and then I was trapped in the mountains with the psychopath. That guy. I went to visit him, and he was living in Los Angeles, and he knew that I never really had been in snow, so he said, "Hey, I own a cabin up in Lake Arrowhead. Why don't we go? It's going to snow a little. You'll see that. We'll be back in time for you to catch your plane back to work." I had to report to work in Florida, like a couple days later. And so we went up, got in the snow, went to sleep, woke up, 4 feet of snow had fallen on his new car that he just bought. So he didn't want to try to dig it out. So we spent 14 days trying to figure out how to get off the mountain. And we finally had to pay $600 to get somebody to plow the snow out. And then when they came to plow the snow out, he pretended to lose his wallet. So he told me I had to pay for it. And I said, fuck no, you're going to find the wallet, or you're going to get your family to transfer money to you or something. I'm not paying for it. And I ended up having to resign my job because I was away from it for so long. But I was in the area to apply for a job in California doing the same thing. And so I just upped and moved after that. So yeah, so he ruined my life. And and also I would wake up in the morning and he would have he threw knives into the wall. Like I'd see these just random steak knives like in the wall. But I liked it. I was crazy.
You were stuck for 2 weeks.
2 weeks over Christmas. I missed Christmas. I missed seeing like family members. Yeah, it was pretty insane. It was like the most insane time of my life, but yeah, it really happened. And back down in LA, it was like 60, 70 degrees, but up in the mountains in San Bernardino, it was, covered in snow. So it was the worst storm the West had seen in like 50 years. And he knew it was coming and I didn't. And so I know he set me up.
What a dick.
Yeah. I've got some. I'm hoping to channel or use a lot of those stories for the show down the line because there's buckets and buckets full of them. But yeah, anyways, only when it's not boring. But that's
was he really hot?
No.
Shit.
He was very funny. He was a funny guy, and he was very creative, and he was like a big YouTube person at the time. And so we made like YouTube videos that like and made Scientology really pissed off and stuff, and it was just a lot. It was a lot of fun.
I don't feel like funny people have to trap you in a cabin with them for 2 weeks using the weather.
I know. It was funny. It was scary, and then it was also kind of funny. And anyways.
Yeah, that's one of those things you look back on later and go, well, that is, gotta laugh about it now.
By day 14th, when we finally commissioned some local people to drive us down off the mountain, I that's what I said, is like, well, you know what? I'm not mad anymore, because this is going to make for a great life story. So there you go. I'm using it for what it is. But there's the end of that. So I think you win, right? You won.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got 2, you got 1.
Yep. There you go.
On.
All right, for the record, Krunchy wins. So somebody write that down.
Winner. Should I get a cookie?
Yeah, so you've got we're 2-0 now. Because the hell knows what we did with the Mad Libs, but so right now that's the score. And I'm not competitive, so I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I think that was about it. Oh, we were gonna do our picks. We're gonna pick something kind of like, we're stealing this idea from numerous other podcasts, some of them friends of ours, but just something cool that we want to mention this week. Why don't you go first?
Okay. I don't have a lot going on, but there is a place I get my tattoos done here, Shaman Modifications, and they did this tattoo, which looks amazing with all the shading and everything.
That is pretty amazing.
When they did it, they taught me a new way to heal tattoos, which is the best thing ever. I just used it again when I got my back tattoo, my tramp stamp, my dick pic, because recently I've been having some trouble with getting blacklight ink to stick, because like as soon as it starts like scabbing, if you put the A&D ointment on it, like when any of the stuff flakes off, so does the color. But this new way, what you do is you wrap the tattoo in plastic for 2 full days and then continuing through the night. And you change the plastic every 3 to 4 hours and you wash it, which has more to do with not getting infected than it does with healing, I believe. So you wash the tattoo every 3 to 4 hours, put new plastic on it, and you do that for 2 days and the next night, and your tattoo will never scab up ever at all. And which means all of the color sticks, none of it comes out, even with like the healing. All of the color sticks. The shading on this one looks so much better when I got it touched up and did it that way the second time. And my blacklight ink stuck. And the place is amazing, and their method of healing is amazing, and I highly recommend both.
Awesome. Shaman Modifications in Austin, Texas. Right. My pick is, I'm going to be very quick about it. It is Doughboys Podcast. They're on the Feral Audio Network. One of the guys was in a comedy show called The Birthday Boys, which is on Netflix. He's been in a bunch of other things, that comedy related stuff. But the show, the premise of the show is that these two guys, they go to a fast food or a chain restaurant and they review it. And so they're eating like real shit food and like trying to like give a review of it. So to me, it's extremely funny and it's a joy to listen to. It comes out every Thursday, and that's the first thing I check on every Thursday is for the new episode. Yeah, so that's something that the Diamond Club folks might not be familiar with. And if you like funny podcasts to listen to, and you're looking for some, I would say check it out. We'll do our feedback. We didn't get much. We've got some stuff that I guess we're kind of putting off until we get a certain guest on. But we did, while you were in Southwest, you had a conversation with Charles. Would you?
Charles actually has this super, super cool thing. They just built like a movie theater in their house, which is amazing. We have nicknamed it the Rubach Draft House. It's like a giant big screen TV with like a projector and 8 recliners. After they made me watch Robin Hood Men in Tights, which is the dumbest movie on the face of the planet. And after that, we were just going through videos on YouTube. And Charles played one that he had never actually seen before, but apparently they play audio from it all the time on this radio show he listens to. And so he played the video, and then afterwards everyone was like, that is the first time we have seen Krunchy laugh the entire day. And afterwards he requested that this video be on this podcast because it is hilarious.
October 2nd. Today, my life began. My parents do not know it yet. I am as small as the pollen of a flower, but it is I already. I will be a boy. I will have blonde hair and blue eyes. Nearly everything is settled already. October 23rd. My mouth is just now beginning to open. Just think, in a year or so, I'll be laughing, or later I'll start to talk. My first word will be, Mama. October 25th. Today my heart began to beat. It will beat softly for the rest of my life, never stopping. After many years that will tire and stop, then I shall die. November 12th. Tiny fingers are beginning to form on my hands. How small they are. One day I'll stroke my mother's hair and tell her how nice she is. November 20th. Only today the doctor told my mother that I'm living here under her heart. How happy she must be. Are you happy, Mother? December 13th. My eyes are almost fully developed, although the lids are still shut. When Mother brings me into the world, it will be full of sunshine and overflowing with flowers. I have never seen a flower, you know, but more than anything, I want to see my mommy. How do you look, Mommy? December 28th. Today, my mother killed me. Why did you kill me, Mommy? When God made me special for you, I really wanted to see you and put my little arms around you. Why did you kill me, Mommy? Because I thought you really cared for me. And I wonder what I would have grown up to be. I guess I'll never know. 'Cause Mommy, you killed me.
And the video is like 18 years or like 8 years old. It doesn't even have that many viewers.
Oh, really?
And I don't understand how, because it's hilarious. And you think it's going to be like a super Christian thing, which it is nonetheless, but
It is?
I probably.
I thought it was kind of like sarcasm. Like, I thought there's no way somebody who's pro-life made this
I
video.
don't. Have you seen pro-life people? They're pathetic.
I guess that's about it. That's all we got, folks. What's
Our
your phone number?
Our voicemail is starting to feel pretty left out. So
Yeah.
anyone wants to come play with that, talk to us. Our number is 609-848-8686. Once again, 609-848-8686.
And so, Krunchy, where can people find you?
At Krunchy89 on Twitter.
I'm Jackie Hearn at Jackie Hearn81 on Twitter.
Our next show will be on the 30th.
Yep. All right. Until then, pad up.
Okay. Pad up.
You know, this pad's like,
Yeah, words of wisdom.
yeah,
Do something. Do something.
I feel like you can't wear those though, because people will hear. They can hear.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.